Find a way to make the sun shine as we continue here from New Canaan on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and we get ready to bring in our next guest, Marty.
This is John Walsh. He is a Republican candidate for Board of Education. He's got a big day coming up on Tuesday at the Republican caucus.
Yep.
John, welcome.
Thank you. This is very exciting.
Yes. So tell us why, let me backtrack a bit. So you have a passion for the Common Core and everything that it's about, correct?
Not correct.
not for it. I said about. I mean not about it. Is
on
that
the
correct?
topic of
on
On
it.
the topic of
Yeah,
it. Excuse me.
yeah,
You're not pro Common Core, but
No, but I'm not. But I'm also not running as the anti-Common Core platform guy.
Right.
So even though I've been associated with the cause.
But you recently ran a forum. I'm not trying to steer this in any
Yeah.
particular job, but you had a forum to try to educate people on Common Core. And,
That's right.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the second one. The first one was in November 2013. And at the time, a lot of people really hadn't heard about Common Core, and I just heard about it a few months before that. And I found it fascinating, and it was very intimidating and daunting because it was so complicated to try to figure out. So anyway, we had a forum in the Lamb Room, love of the Lamb Room,
Right.
and we had it was balanced with both sides. We tried to have participation from the audience, a lot of questions. We had a special guest from the American Principles Project, and then the following, anyway, that first year we called it Common Grounds.
right.
We had Doug Zumbach. We asked him to supply the coffee. He was very nice to do that. So we had a corporate sponsor, and we tried to keep it fun. We had a lot of desserts, and it was a good time. It was the beginning, I thought, of a town-wide conversation.
Right.
And it went well. The second time we did it, this past November, we had a bigger turnout. It was filmed. It's on YouTube. It went really well. Just plug in New Canaan and Common Core, and it should be there. It featured a presentation from a woman named Jane Robbins, who's a real expert on the subject, and she was there to discuss the challenges and the problems with what happens when you buy into it.
Right.
So that was one side. We tried to have our superintendent or anybody from our Board of Ed to represent the pro side, or why we love it, why we're doing it. But nobody wanted to participate. Fine, that was their choice. So we had one of our panelists represent the state of Connecticut's education department, their position with a slideshow. So we ended up with a PowerPoint, unfortunately, with the why Common Core is great side
Right.
of the equation. But I thought it turned out fine. There was a lot of respect for both sides, and I didn't expect anybody to participate if they didn't want to,
Right.
even if it's their job.
Uh-huh.
But, that's their decision.
So let's talk about your broader platform, why you're interested in running for the Board of Ed. Let's start there.
I am running for the Board of Ed basically because I want to use hopefully my communication skills with years of experience as a speaker and writer and working in education. I really want to help make the Board of Education better. I know how hard they work. We're all volunteers. So, I am not out to criticize anybody. I really have complete respect for any candidate running for anything this week. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly exciting and unnerving, and it's like nothing you'll ever experience. But I think that I can use my fearlessness to broach sensitive topics with people who work in town, our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, our entire Board of Ed, everybody, all 20,000 of you. I want to bring the dialogue closer.
Right.
That's what I think I can contribute best. I'm happy to work on whatever committee or count the number of windows at West or whatever it takes.
Right.
I want to open the dialogue.
Right.
Basically.
It looks like you're taking an approach that I like personally, that not the negative approach, you're not going to bash anybody. Is
No.
it possible to win running on your own issues and your own stance as opposed to, beating up and going negative?
I would never beat up on anybody. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I'd pick up the fly and just put him out the window.
Right.
That's nobody's going to win anything by being negative, especially in our town. It just doesn't make sense. We all have each other's backs. I have all of the other candidates' backs. I've heard a lot of different opinions from different people. I haven't solicited them, but it seems that people are really picking and choosing. This is a real a la carte menu. It's not slate versus slate. And I think it's going to be very interesting. I have no idea what's going to happen, obviously.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, and we appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us today. So it's John Walsh. He's a Republican candidate for Board of Education here in Darien, or excuse me, in New Canaan. I've been to two towns lately.
It's the blue
shirts. Excuse me.
Wilton, Richfield.
It's all the blue shirts.
And folks can see you at on the web at johnpatrickwalsh.com, and can they email you at jwalsh59@fordham.edu?
They sure can.
Great.
Thank
John
you
Walsh,
so much.
best of luck on Tuesday.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
John Walsh
Thank
with
you.
us here in New Canaan, where we will take a timeout. 76